Don't underestimate what a covert narcissist can do to you. Because while you're wrestling, trying to sort all these sinful behaviours out, these negligences that are being aimed at you, while you're trying to sort all them out, they're just going about their business. And a lot of these people, they have investments, emotional investments in several people, not just you. So you're, again, my favourite subject, faithfulness, loyalty, devotion and commitment, kindness and gentleness, is blinding you from the fact that these people ain't going to change. So then it comes down to your tolerance, and you can tell these people, I'm trying to tolerate this situation, I really need you to fix it. If they're not doing anything about it, they don't care. Well, you're saying they do care, they just can't fix. No, they don't care. If they really cared and if they really had value, they'd fix it. If somebody gets a fine and they don't pay their fine and they're going to lose their license, right? If they're able to pay that fine and they don't, and they lose their license, they didn't care. Alright? But that's what licenses are for. They're to that's what fines are for. If you don't care, you do the crime and you don't pay the time, then you suffer the consequences. You can kid yourself all you like, because people are kidding themselves every day, thinking that they're on the right track and that they're doing the right thing by their partners, but they're not. They're nowhere near it. And this is where we've got to stop, where Jesus said, love your neighbour as yourself. If you can't love and look after yourself properly, in the way God made you and instituted you, what He's given to you, how are you going to really be of any benefit to anybody else? Now, you might think you are, and to some extent you might be, but for the most part you're probably not. We enable disenablement. Australia is known as the great disabled nation. It's got the greatest disabled welfare system, NDIS, in the world. It's sending the country broke, and people are abusing it left, right and centre. It's just being abused. And this is what happens to many of you. You're in situations where you place yourself with the wrong people. You're not supposed to be with those people, you're not supposed to be intimate with these people, they're not of the same culture, they're not of the same background, they're not of the same values, and now you're being abused. And you're possibly being abused because they're not seeing you is able to line up with what they perceive or believe that your values should be. See, everything comes back to individual values in the end. We can kid ourselves all we like, but that's what it comes back to in the end, what our values are. And when our values are wrong or don't line up with those of the person that we're with, eventually, if we can't come to some kind of agreement and unify what they're supposed to be, eventually something's going to break, something's going to fail, something's going to give in, and there's going to be conflict. Now, if you can't resolve or harmonise your values, you can't resolve or harmonise your domestic cultural formations, what makes you think you're going to be able to fix a relationship that's now starting to be damaged by these differences? You might be able to sustain it, keep it together, but it's not going to be a very happy set of circumstances, is it? It's going to be miserable, dark, lonely. There's a lot of people that are in relationships that feel lonely and they shouldn't. But they've put themselves in situations where there's no unity in the spirit of the thing. And that's proven by the lack of resolve. The lack of resolve, the lack of dealing with things on a daily basis to make sure everything's going to be alright. Could be negligence towards stopping drugs or alcohol or other sedations, social drugs. All these things are going to catch up with these people. And you, if you're involved with them, you will suffer as well. And it's no good you thinking that your loyalty, your faithfulness, your devotion, the fact that you're not causing any trouble is going to change anything. Because if it's not changing it, it's not changing it. It's just not changing it. And that's all there is to it. You need to disassociate yourself from these people that are causing you abuse and trouble. You need to detach and distance yourself from these people that are bringing you down and pulling you down, that you think are interested in you and connected to you. They're connected to you, but in the wrong way. You're just being used as supply. That's all you are. You're nothing more, nothing less. You're just a commodity. Right? And they'll disappear as soon as you tell them to. They'll disappear. Don't worry about that. They'll disappear into the distance. You'll be nowhere to be found. And neither will they. So you're wasting your life, you're wasting your time in an unhealthy, unproductive, destructive environment. And you need to get out. as quickly as you can. You need to detach. You need to find a different direction, come back to yourself, bring your mind back, reassemble all your devotion and faithfulness to where it should be, recalibrate in a no-nonsense way. Have no mercy. They've had no mercy on you causing the trouble, and never go back.